You're listening to Information Morning in St. John on CBC Radio 191.3 FM. It's 18 minutes before 8 o'clock. Well, it's like the worst-kept secret in St. John, but this week the word is finally out. The Interaction Children's Theatre is buying the Germain Street United Baptist Church building. It's going to give the theatre school its own performance space to begin with, but if things go as planned, it could someday become the Maritime's first school for the performing arts. Kate Wilcott is the Executive and Artistic Director for Interaction Children's Theatre. Wayne Dreyer is the former minister at Germain Street United Baptist Church, and they both join me in the studio this morning. Good morning to you both.
Good morning, Stephen.
At what point, Kate, did you start thinking about this idea?
Oh, we've been thinking about it probably since the beginning, 10 years ago. Well, actually, no. When we first started off, this was a very small grassroots company. But over the years, it's grown and grown, and I think everybody knows it's the success story of the Interaction Children's Theatre. So we knew we were coming up to our 10th anniversary, or our 10th season, and we were ready to move to the next step. We had already been working with professional musicians and dancers and really working collaboratively with professionals, both in St. John and bringing people in from Canada. So we knew that the next step was to offer full programming in music and dance and eventually film, and that gave birth to the School of the Performing Arts.
And so how did the Germain Street Baptist Church come into the picture?
It was really good timing, I think, is how it worked. We decided that we were at the point where we wanted to purchase our own facility, and we needed something large enough that would be able to hold all the different things that we wanted to offer, as well as have a performing arts space. And when we approached someone in the realty business here in the city, they had just heard that the church was about to go up for sale, so it was perfect timing.
It was perfect timing.
Yeah. Divine timing.
Wayne, how is the congregation feeling about this?
The congregation is very happy. It's really the best case scenario for us. The congregation has always been supportive of the performing arts, and to know that the building can be used for similar purposes without any significant changes to the structure, everybody's very happy.
So what will this mean for Interaction Children's Theatre?
Well, it means that we'll have full classes, and right now we have a full-time staff working in teaching theatre, and we'll have the same in dance, and we'll have the same in music. The church also has a 145-seat lecture theatre, I think is what we'd call it, with fixed seating, as well as the sanctuary, which would become a 300-seat performance space, so able to house dance recitals, music recitals, theater, whatever it is that we need to have in there.
Are you going to have to do much renovation to do that?
Well, it's the way I'm looking at it now. The congregation's been using it, and you've had people in, and so it's almost turnkey for
really?
us. There's a few things that will have to be done just to turn flooring for dancers and things, soundproofing for music, but really it's a good space.
Now, what happens for the congregation now?
Well, the congregation formally had its last service back in January. There's been a small group that have continued to gather on Sundays because they like to be together. That option is still open for us, and we can continue to meet there. We can continue to meet in each other's homes. What happens to the building really doesn't determine how or if the church is going to continue on.
So what's your vision for this performing arts school? What do you see it being?
Well, what we'd like to do is build on what Interaction is right now. We have about 200 students who take classes with us now. So in theater. So we'd like to get to that point with dance and music. And the plan is to eventually offer accredited high school programs, similar to the Winnipeg Ballet School or organizations like that, where young people audition to get in and do professional training. They do their academics at a regular high school, and then they would come to the Performing Arts School for their theory and their history and their performing arts classes. So that's what we're hoping to get to. And really, like you said in the intro, there's really nothing like this in Atlantic Canada. So we will be on the map for national prestige, I guess.
When are you hoping that you can actually do this?
We're hoping to move into the building and offer our extended programs in the extracurricular terms this September, and hopefully the following September we'll get to that point. I mean, the great thing about the building is we're so close to the different high schools uptown that we're in walking distance, and that it's an ideal location for us.
Do you need to raise money for this?
We will be doing a capital campaign. Yeah, we sure will. And there'll be lots of opportunities for the community to become involved in one way or the other. One of the like you said, it's the worst kept secret in the city.
Yeah, people are talking about it a lot.
People have been talking about it, and but with excitement, and we've heard nothing but support, both from in terms of the church and acquiring the church, as well as our expanded programs. So there'll be lots of opportunities for people to get involved in one way or the other.
How worried were you, Wayne, when you're putting the building up for sale? Were you concerned that it might sit there a long time? Because there have been a lot of churches that have.
We were prepared for it to sit much longer than it did. We weren't worried, but we certainly weren't expecting for a transaction to be made this quickly. So we're very happy. It really actually is not only the sale of a building, but it's almost the blending of two stories. And the sense is that part of the history of Germain Street Baptist will continue on through the way the building is being used now.
I already have a play underway about the history of the church.
And it has quite a history.
It does.
It's a pretty amazing building. Well, congratulations to both of you for this.
Thank you very much.
I think it definitely sounds like a win-win situation.
We're very excited and happy.
Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you.
And keep us informed on the school.
We will.
Thank you, Steve.
That is Kate Wilcott. She is the Executive and Artistic Director for Interaction Children's Theatre. Wayne Dreyer is the former minister of Germain Street United Baptist Church. Love to hear your thoughts. 632-7747, the number to dial for talkback. Send an email to infoamsj@cbc.ca, and you can hear this interview on our website after the show at cbc.ca/nb.